Fran, Elliott Club right here. Obviously difficult matching up with a guy like Zach Edey. Can you just, explain what makes it so difficult to match up with a guy like that?
Well, I think, yeah, he's difficult, but I think you have to give credit to the rest of the guys that are out there for that. They really executed tonight in terms of screening and cutting and ball movement, which makes it really hard. If you're trying to focus on him, they obviously, they're not a one-man show at all. They have shooters, they have drivers, they have size. So, they stretch your defense in ways that makes it very difficult. I thought we could do better than we did. We really worked hard this week, but I think you got to give credit to that team collectively. With all due respect to the guy that got 25 and 12, I just think the rest of that team was really good tonight.
Fran, what does Lance Jones add to them this year?
Well, he just gives them another weapon. I think he fits with Matt's style. He's an athlete. He can push it. He can play fast. He can play half court. He can make threes. He works hard defensively. Fits obviously their style on defense. Kind of in your face. So you add a veteran guy like that. It impacts your program. Now you're bringing guys like Gillis, and Ethan Morton, and Caleb First off the bench. He'll be starting for most teams.
Coach, we'll forget about this game tonight, but let's talk about your team for this season. What are you seeing with your team this season, moving forward?
Well, I got to keep getting those young guys some minutes. They got quality minutes tonight. I think they learned. And there's just no substitute for that unless you play in this environment against a team of that caliber and you figure out what you can do or what doesn't work. I think our offense, we were just talking as a staff, our offense got really east and west. And that's a credit to the defense and the pressure. We were trying to move it and get some shot opportunities, but we just got way too east and west and not enough north and south.
Fran, I know you've preached as not getting too high after wins or too low after losses. Is there anything, I guess, after a game like this you have to do to just make sure that the mental of the guys is staying high, or do you let them kind of resolve that?
Yeah, I don't think so. It's a really terrific group of young guys. We have veteran guys in there that are take care of that. I didn't try to invent things that happened or didn't happen and scream and yell. All right, we didn't do some things we thought we could try to do. Let's try to do them better. Let's watch the film. Let's try to get better and be better on Thursday night. We have to be moving forward because the teams that we play in this league and obviously the next two games have athletes like this team. So we just have to do a better job of executing our stuff and rebounding the ball.
Two more questions.
Fran, you mentioned getting your young guys minutes. For Matt, Braden and Fletcher Lawyer played a ton of minutes last year, and I think when you played here, you had success in the second half trying to speed them up. How have they grown from year one to year two now that you've seen them in this season?
Yeah, well, they're not an easy team to press. They're not an easy team to get out of rhythm. I think everybody that they play will be trying to do that. Even in the loss they had, they still executed their stuff and they were in rhythm. They had a chance. The game goes overtime. So we turned them over a few more times last year probably than they did, but they didn't do that much the rest of the year, and they haven't done it this year. It's not who they are.
Fran, string of losses here at Mackey, obviously a loud environment. Does that make it difficult for the guys to communicate or anything like that on the floor?
I think anytime you play on the road, it's difficult to communicate. And that's why you have to be connected at both ends. You're still able to make play calls. If you want to run plays, and we're primarily a motion team anyway, so we're not making a lot of play calls. So, that's what the road environment is supposed to be, and it was tonight.
All right,
Thanks, guys.